So also on my like energetic awareness. So again, this channel and me posting these is just like an outlet to talk about my experience being woke, my experience through a spiritual awakening. So again, take it or leave it. Watch it if you want. Don't watch it if you don't want. I don't own you. Like things that I think about as I'm driving around and as I like look at the community around me, right? Because we moved here in 2020. I'm not from this area, so it's valid for me to learn about the area that I live in. Like one day we were driving through downtown and I saw a bumper sticker about missing and murdered Indigenous women. And I was like, what is that about? Well, come to find out, there's like 28 natural tribes here. And there's like 4 main ones now. But that means that this area has experienced genocide. And they have bumper stickers about it because people go missing. And one of the people that went missing, like I know a friend of hers, or I met a friend of hers, I used to work with a friend of hers, and she said that like people are using technology to mess with you. They hack into something. They hack into your TV or your phone or something where you like hear voices or you start acting crazy because they are playing something subliminally, like while you're at work and there's some like subliminal message being played, or like they call your phone and there's nobody on the other end. Like sometimes people are horrible. There's insurance fraud, there's credit card fraud, there's identity theft. I mean, people can remote disable your car. Like there's all kinds of ways to use technology in order to harass, terrorize, and be horribly abusive to other people. It's sad, and like the people around you, she said her experience was that the people around her friend thought that she was on drugs. They thought that she was crazy. They thought that like there was a new guy or a new love interest. And then she went missing and they found her brutally beaten, and raped and left for dead. And as scary as that is a reality of the community that I live in. And it's not just Native American women. This is happening. Like this is a thing that can happen and that people can actually do. So I do Reiki every day to like strengthen my spirit, because we as human beings are mind, body, spirit. I do things energetically to try to protect myself. Or, I mean, at the very least, if all of my, like, doing Reiki every day for family, if it really doesn't add up to anything else than my loved ones knowing that I think about them and care about them and that my heart and soul would want to protect my son, then I'm okay with that. Because at the end of the day, my actions are not causing harm to another person. Right? My action and my intention is to nurture and take care of my own family. And with Reiki, I know for a fact that like what I'm doing is not actually reaching out to another person to cause harm, because that's one of the basic principles of Reiki. that like you do no harm. Right? Like energetically, there's ethics, right? Just like doctors have a Hippocratic oath to do no harm. But like doctors can cause harm, and there's like a licensing board for that. And like if you really feel like somebody is causing you harm and the police aren't helping and a doctor isn't helping, and you've talked to these people's parents or you've talked to an authority figure about this, have you reported it to their licensing board? Have you reported it to like the state entity that they work for? Have you reported it to, if it's like a work situation and somebody's doing that, have you considered filing a complaint with the Civil Rights Board for the state that you're in? Like other people don't own you and they don't have the right to do whatever they want to you, even if with technology they have the capability of doing it. It doesn't mean that it's right, and everything that I know and been taught, through all my years of work and having to read through all the HR documents to sign on with a different company, none of that means that that work entity owns you. There's no supervisor that has authority over your body. I mean, if you're in a type of situation where like that's your pimp and you're a call girl, then that's a different type of situation. But a legit professional business or industry, including government work, yeah, you don't own people, and there's no legal authority to do what they're doing, if that's what's happening. I just think that that's like a pretty scary situation, right? And like she went to the police, she was like asking people for help, and she just thought that like people around her just thought that she was crazy or that she was on drugs again, and they weren't listening. So like I hope that people understand that just because you can do something with technology, it doesn't mean you have permission, right? Like my car is technology, but I'm not going to drive my car across this median and into a building, because that's probably going to do damage to me and my car. And yeah, it might cost the other person something, but I mean, I'm going to have to pay for repairs. I'm going to have to like go through physical therapy. I might have like seriously injured something. Like what if, okay, in the news, there's like a news report about like in the Midwest, somebody is actually having like physical sexual intercourse with animals. Stuff like that really bothers me. And like my rational brain is like, why would somebody do that? Right? I mean, like there's one thing with like boys being weird and like, you know, like I dated a guy who, him and his friends in college wrapped bubble wrap around themselves and ran down the hallway and literally jumped off a perfectly good set of stairs because they wanted to see if they actually got hurt or if the bubble wrap helped them. Right? Like that's like, okay, you weren't really thinking, were you? But to me, like we're not supposed to be physically intimate with other species. our bodies are not designed to fit with that other body. And like, it makes me think, like, is somebody messing with you? Like, similar to the missing and murdered indigenous people movement? Like, is somebody like using technology to make you do that? I mean, I'm not a tech person, so like, how would somebody do that? Why would somebody do that? Like, did you do something to mess with that person? Like, how could we as a society resolve that so that like, somebody's legacy is not to be Google searched and remembered throughout all time from this point going forward as he died perforating his bowel having sex with a horse? Like, to me, that hurts my heart to even hear about. And I don't think that kind of use of technology is beneficial to the human species or to our planet. And I don't really know how or why somebody would ever think that that kind of behavior was acceptable to do to another human being. So I'm like trying to wrap my rational brain around that. Like, why and how and what, and like, I'm gonna need counseling after hearing that news report with my kid. Because how do I explain that kind of stuff to my son? Why did that person do that?